The first thing I noticed wasn't his anger. It wasn't yelling or slamming doors or a violent outburst. It was silence. A silence so sharp, it sliced through the air in our bedroom like broken glass. Daniel stood in the doorway, his hand gripping the frame so tightly his knuckles had gone pale. His chest rose and fell, not with rage but with something heavier, something that scared me far more. He wasn't shouting. He wasn't demanding explanations. He was simply watching me, eyes frozen on the crumpled sheets that told the truth before I ever could. And that silence, God, that silence is what's killing me now. 1 week earlier, our marriage had always been good. Not perfect, no marriages, but good in the way people envy. Daniel and I had been together for 12 years, married for 10. We had routines. Morning coffee together, a kiss before work, long walks on Sundays. He was steady, grounded, and kind. But somewhere along the way, I stopped feeling seen. Not because he didn't love me, he did. But because life had become so structured, so predictable, that I felt myself disappearing inside it. Work, dinner, sleep, repeat. I wanted to be chased again. Desired. I wanted to feel dangerous. That's how Ethan happened. He was a colleague at work. Funny, reckless, the kind of man who made me feel like I was 22 again, not 35 and stuck in routine. It started harmlessly. Coffee breaks, inside jokes, texts after hours. Then it wasn't harmless anymore. The night I crossed the line, I told myself it was only once. Mistake. Something I could tuck away, bury beneath normalcy. I told myself I loved Daniel too much to ever let it happen again. But mistakes don't stay buried. They claw their way to the surface. The discovery happened faster than I expected. Daniel came home earlier than planned, earlier than I thought possible. I hadn't even had time to fix the bed. My hair was still tousled, my body still humming with the aftermath of betrayal. Ethan had left only minutes before. When Daniel stepped into the room, his eyes darted from me to the sheets, then back again. Who? The single word slipped from his mouth like a stone into water. My throat closed. I couldn't answer. My silence was enough. He didn't scream. He didn't demand names. He didn't even cry. He just stood there, his jaw tightening, his hand still clutching the doorframe like it was the only thing keeping him upright. Then slowly he turned and walked away. That was 5 days ago. And in those 5 days, Daniel hasn't yelled, hasn't accused, hasn't touched me. He hasn't even looked at me the same way. He eats dinner without speaking. He sleeps on the couch. When I try to talk, his silence swallows me whole. The silence. Silence can be louder than rage. I almost wish he'd hit me with his anger, because at least then I'd know where we stand. But this absence of sound feels like he's already gone, like he's slowly erasing me from his world. Every night I hear the creak of the couch as he settles in, and every morning I find his coffee mug washed and placed neatly on the rack, as if to remind me he still exists but no longer shares space with me. Daniel, please, I whisper one night, sitting at the edge of the couch while he scrolls mindlessly through his phone. Say something. Yell at me. Hate me. Anything. Just not this. He sets the phone down and finally looks at me. His eyes are hollow, and when he speaks, his voice is steady but distant. Do you know what silence is, Claire? He asks. I shake my head, tears already threatening. It's what comes after trust dies. It's the sound of something breaking that can't be fixed. Then he turns away again, leaving me to drown in the quiet. Memories that haunt. Our bedroom feels haunted now. Haunted by what I did. The bed where we once made love now feels like a crime scene. I lie awake at night staring at the ceiling, remembering the way Daniel used to reach for me in his sleep, pulling me close without even waking up. He doesn't reach anymore. He doesn't even cross the threshold of the bedroom. I keep remembering the little things. The way he laughed when I burned pancakes, the way he kissed the top of my head when I was stressed, the way he always carried an extra umbrella in his car because he hated the idea of me ever getting caught in the rain. I threw all of that away for one reckless mistake. the attempt to mend. On the 6th day I can't take it anymore. I find him in the kitchen, pouring himself a glass of water. "Daniel, please," I say, my voice cracking. "I know what I did. I know I broke us. But I'm begging you, don't just shut me out. Talk to me. Tell me how to fix this." He sets the glass down, his hand trembling slightly. For the first time since that night, his composure cracks. "How do you fix a shattered mirror, Claire? You glue the pieces together, but every time you look, you still see the cracks. That's us now. That's me every time I look at you." Tears stream down my face. "I'll do anything. Therapy. Counseling. I'll quit my job. I'll..." He cuts me off with a sharp shake of his head. "You think this is about quitting a job or sitting in some therapist's office? You don't get it. It's not about what you did that night. It's about the fact that you could. That somewhere inside you betraying me felt possible. And that's something I can never unknow." The final silence. That night I hear drawers opening, suitcases being zipped. I rush to the living room to find him packing. "Daniel, no. Please don't go. Not like this." He pauses, his hand resting on the handle of the suitcase. His eyes are wet, but his voice is calm. "Come." I stayed quiet because I needed to decide. I needed to know if there was anything left in me that could forgive you. But every day I woke up and saw your face, all I felt was the silence growing louder. I reach for his arm, desperate, but he pulls away gently. "I loved you more than anything, Claire. But love isn't enough when trust is gone. You crossed a line I can't step back over." And my silence, that was me already leaving. He lifts the suitcase and walks toward the door. "Daniel!" My scream cracks through the air, raw and broken. "Please don't." But the door shuts with a finality that feels like a death sentence. Now I sit alone in our bedroom, the sheets still carrying the memory of my betrayal, the silence pressing against me like a weight I can't escape. His absence echoes louder than any argument ever could. I thought silence was something empty, something hollow. But it isn't. It's full. It's heavy with every word left unsaid, every memory shattered, every ounce of love turned to dust. And as I lie here in the ruins of what I destroyed, I realize the truth Daniel never said aloud. His silence wasn't punishment. It was goodbye.